Hello viewers, I'm SB and welcome back to BattleTech, where today we are maybe biting off a little bit more than we could chew. That's possible, is a possibility. The local pirate organization has intel that the Magistracy of Canopus is conducting military exercises on this backwater world. This is an opportunity to covertly advance pirate interests in the region. We need a deniable force to intercept their drills and provide them with some live fire exercises instead. We believe there's a primary lance of mechs and a supporting lance of vehicles. Oh no. Only the mechs are important, but if possible, eliminating the vehicles would be valuable. I have concerns. Well, we should try it though. How's my pirate rep right now? It's pretty good. We are officially liked, which is neat. I've never been liked with the with any other factions over the course of the campaign. You know what, honestly, I'm not sure I ever got to liked with anybody except the Arano Restoration during the other campaign either. And the pay for the job is great, which makes me suspect that the game thinks that this is a difficult 2.5. I hate supporting lance of vehicles. That might be my least favorite phrase in the English language. Alright, let's go for it though. So, how much money do we want to take here? I'm gonna go 2 pieces of salvage and 500k, because I bet there's cool salvage here. I bet there's going to be something valuable to be had. Also, plus 8 rep is pretty cool. Alright, we are not bringing the Vindicator or the Panther, or the Jenner. We want Hatchet Man on the left side. Well, I'm going to put these guys down in the order I actually want them to be selected by the game. Okay, and the Blackjack. There we go. That's a real squad. Who's driving what? Traditionally, we have had Ricochet driving the Jaeger mech. Is that still the right thing to do? To be perfectly honest, I kind of wish I had Heat coolant vent, the Jaeger mech, but I think it's more valuable for Saber to drive the Thunderbolt. Because the Thunderbolt needs the heat loss as well, and also we need Bulwark on this mech. We definitely need Bulwark on the Hatchet Man. And I think we're more likely to want Sensor Lock on the Hatchet Man than on anybody else, except maybe the Thunderbolt. We could reverse these. But the thing, I think we really do want Coolant Vent on the Thunderbolt, though, don't we? Its heat efficiency is not exactly phenomenal. So that ends up with us doing this. I guess then the question is, do I want to swap Ricochet over to the Blackjack to take advantage of his generally better aim? No, the Blackjack's just not... It's not going to be quite as good as we're used to it being for this mission. But I think this is right. I could have swapped Sand Cricket in over Razor, I suppose. Yeah, I just kind of assumed Razor was the right call. You know, it's fine. This is fine. Alright, so 2.5 skulls with a lance of mechs and a backup lance of vehicles. I suspect, based on what we have previously seen, that this lance of mechs will be like a 3-skull difficulty lance of mechs, and then the vehicles will be absolutely terrifying, and they are actually reducing the total difficulty of the mission. The total difficulty displayed of the mission. Which is to say that I expect this to be extremely difficult. But we do have the Jaeger mech, which is pretty good at fighting vehicles, because it doesn't have to get anywhere near them. And we also have the Hatchet Man, which can at least step on vehicles very effectively.
Command interface initiated.
Yeah, I'm nervous but hopeful. Picked up fusion engine signatures and weapons fire. Looks like our targets are in this area. Just shooting at wind farms. Sure, why wouldn't they be? Look at that, we might actually be the good guys here. Alright, I like the Hatchet Man actually getting selected first.
On my way.
I don't know. I guess there is fine. Doesn't much matter, really.
Affirmative.
I'm overthinking some very, very minor plays here. Alright, so we'll probably... Well, probably is strong. We will maybe get close enough for sensor readings next turn. And then the hatchet man can go fishing for sensor locks. Maybe we can do some real damage here on our way in. Try to get as close to those trees as possible.
Move order received.
What we got? Alright. Reading on a mech over there. That's not entirely ideal.
Coordinates received.
On my way.
I guess we'll see where the rest of them are, but I was kind of hoping this guy was going to be a little bit more visible to the side that we're sending the Thunderbolt around. Yeah, Thunderbolt's going to have to turn around. Okay, do I want to... I think I want to just reserve for now.
Holden for tactical advantage.
I don't think it helps me to move forward at this moment. Okay, 3 3s. I'm going to reserve one more time. Just fishing for information here. So they definitely have at least 1 2. That pause felt, and this is total guesswork here, but that pause felt like it was 1 enemy worth of pausing, 1 enemy action worth of time. I think I want the Hatchet Man to go first. Just get you up and committed, get some vision. Vision plus evasion plus cover, and if these guys have a lot of evasion on them or something, we can just sensor lock them. So we have a Shadowhawk with the standard Shadowhawk loadout. Autocannon, somewhat dangerous. A Vindicator with a pretty standard Vindicator loadout, and a Trebuchet. I'm a little worried about the Trebuchet, I guess. This thing has guarded and cover. This guy only has guarded. And you know, with a PPC, like, he is still a concern. PPC's on the right on this mech? Yeah, so he's got the correct arm guarded from us. We can go after the Shadowhawk's autocannon, maybe? Shadowhawk also does not actually have cover. Alright, let's try that. Then the question is, do I take the AC-10 shot and attempt to strip a single point of evasion, or do I sensor lock this thing to get all of its evasion off while screwing with its aim, in the hopes that it will not autocannon an arm off of the Hatchet Man? I really want to go for the damage. I'm going to go for the damage. I guess I only get 8 shots, though. Now, let's take the sensor lock. Change my mind. To completely strip its evasion and make everybody else way better at dealing with it. Okay, their vehicles are moving on 1.
Yes,
Which confirms basically my worst fears about the vehicles. You just need to keep closing. You don't get to actually do anything this turn. Yeah, their vehicles are all going to be absolutely terrifying.
Commander.
Razor. Alright, your whole deal is different now. I forgot that we replaced one of the autocannons with a pair of large lasers. Well, I think I want to just get up here and have at him.
Engaging jump jet.
It's a lot of evasion, but not actually any cover. So we're getting no bulwark this turn. Alright, let's generate some heat.
Firing.
Okay, some decent damage there. I think we're most of the way through... No, we're about halfway through the armor. Ugh,
Waiting for orders.
he's too tough. Run to here, give him... Ooh, wow. Wait, why is the LRM there so bad? Am I actually slightly outside of optimal range for the LRMs? Yep, that is exactly what the problem is there. Well... Is there a place where I have autocannon? No, there is not. Okay. So I think we're going to move up close, get the good LRM shot, and we'll just multi-target to get an autocannon shot on somebody else.
Location confirmed.
And the AC-2 has a longer effective range than the long-range missiles do. Alright, you get that, and I think I'm a little bit more concerned about this guy.
Here we go.
Alright, this is going to be a lot of damage. Unfortunately, it's going to be very spread out. but his front armor is pretty screwed up.
Good to go.
Okay, that needs to not happen too many times, but for now it's not a huge threat.
What's up, boss?
Let's make sure we are continuing to work this guy over. I should probably move forward a little bit into an actual cover position. I think I want to try to provide some blocking for the hatchet man here.
Roger that. Let's see how you like this.
Okay, finally got a pierce. Jesus, it's taken forever. Unfortunately, the right arm is like the least valuable part of that mech. Okay, so the Hatchet Man also gets to go after the Shadowhawk. I had to decide where I want to put the Hatchet Man in terms of threatening melee versus, like, especially because it's so hard to know whether this is definitely the guy I'm going after. You know, he might, who knows, he might die relatively quickly from the next round of Jaeger fire or something, so I'm going to commit pretty hard on him and just hope that this doesn't turn out to be just me getting out of position for everybody else.
10-4.
Oh, that sucks. Wow, man. Okay. In some ways, that shot was very unlucky, missing with 2 of my 385% shots. In another way, that was way better than I could have hoped for. So he lost his autocannon in an ammo explosion. That's just, like, really bad for him. And then he ran up on me for no reason.
Good to go.
Well, I think we can probably start focusing on somebody else a little bit. Vindicator has exposed the PPC arm to me. Yeah. Alright, let's do that. I'm going to try to limit the effectiveness of these things as quickly as possible here. It'd be nice if by the time those vehicles showed up, I wasn't so scared of their mechs.
Acknowledge.
Come on. Alright. Dealt a point of pilot damage, took off the PPC. We're stripping a lot of their valuable weapons off very quickly here. Of course, it is not good to get complacent.
Heads up, Commander. You've got hostile contacts inbound.
Yeah, I was sensing that.
Orders?
Not good to get complacent, especially in a situation like this where these guys are big enough that they can still throw reasonable punches, but I'm feeling pretty good about what's going on here in a lot of
Ready
ways.
for orders?
Alright, 2 points of evasion, and hopefully range to achieve the knockdown on the Vindicator here, which would put it in a very difficult position. I do care about the Trebuchet, but also it's still in cover, so it has 40% damage reduction. Yeah, let's try to limit the number of enemy mechs we are facing here.
Roger.
Okay, that's a pretty effective start.
That hit something good.
So that's a headshot, plus a torso destruction, plus a knockdown. This pilot is -3 health now. My suspicion is it's not going to matter, because we are going to, at this point, try to just carve all the way through his torso. And that's going to be pretty easy to do with him on the ground. Alright, well now we know what direction the vehicles are coming from, at least.
I'm receiving you.
So, with the Hatchet Man, we just cut him, right? Lets me lose a little bit of heat, and doesn't really expose me to anything. It lets me strip the guarded trait off of him. And maybe does some very serious damage. We won't be able to get through the right torso, but if I were to hit right torso here, which is what I'm really hoping for, it would put him in bad shape. I could also just carve his leg completely off.
Engaging.
Okay, that's a pretty good outcome.
Reporting critical hit.
I'm gonna have Razor try to finish off the downed mech. Alright, I can only take a couple more of those.
Left in that location.
That is the location where all of the autocannon ammo is, so
Ready for orders.
we do have to care about that a little bit at least. Alright, just go center. We only need 47 damage. Unfortunately, that is 2 hits. But that's not unreasonable. That could totally happen.
Here it comes.
Okay. Autocannon plus first large laser will do it. Oh, you know what? No, he's not in cover. The one large laser was enough to do it by itself. This guy's in terrible shape. We're going to be able to... Probably we're going to have to turn around and focus on the vehicles. We're just going to leave the trebuchet up for the moment, I think.
They're getting the angle on me.
Yeah, that's an annoying tactic, but certainly something you can do.
Reporting minimal damage.
I do wish that was harder to do. Like, if you actually get the knockdown off the melee hit, I wish it impacted their mobility a little bit more.
Waiting for orders.
Actually, Saber can't get forward to attack these guys. I wonder if I should just reserve. I'm going to reserve. I would love it if we could get those vehicles to come forward a little bit. Okay. Yet another vehicle. Unfortunately, we cannot reserve again.
Receiving you. Yes, Commander.
I need... Okay, so I can't actually get vision of anything over there. Well, that being the case, maybe he does just shoot at this thing? Because I think the Shadowhawk is probably going down... Well... You know, we have to do something, I guess. Alright. I'm going to move over to here. Actually, I should be really... A little bit more cautious about showing my back armor to the vehicles, huh? What I really want is a position where I can get an evasion charge, plus cover, plus not show my back to the vehicles. And unfortunately, I do not know that such a spot exists. This doesn't really show my back.
Moving out.
I'm just gonna have at the Shadowhawk. Let's see if we can get rid of him so everybody else can focus up. I may as well Precision Strike. A little bit of extra hit chance on the SRMs. And, wait, am I? Oh. Huh. I am just... Actually... Yeah, I am just barely firing into his right arc. Or, no, I'm definitely in the back arc. Alright. Well, I'm annoyed by this, but okay.
Firing.
Okay, pilot incapacitated.
One less target.
There's enough torso explosions and enough torso damage and ammo explosions and stuff to get the job done.
Yes, Commander.
Man, I really, really, really want to wait for these things to come forward far enough that Ricochet can actually shoot at them. Alright, well, I think Ricochet's going to run from them instead, then.
On it.
And we'll just give this guy a good solid barraging. Well, he has 40% damage reduction right now, which sucks. I think what I might do instead, actually, is just shoot him with one LRM pod. Get the advantage of breaching shot and take this opportunity to lower my heat. Yeah, this is my highest damage weapons. Let's just do this.
Engaging with target.
Quite a bit of damage to that leg. Alright, so the Hatchet Man's gonna have to turn around and, like, get back over here to a place where he can be effective.
Yes, Commander.
But I'm gonna lead with you. See, I actually want to be in your left arc to try to take out your leg. And we're going to go ahead and use a precision strike here so that we can drop that guy's initiative. If we're gonna have to go after him, let's like go after him, right? It'd be real cool if he would just sit still and take this. I want to turn off one of the lasers and see if you can get that leg.
Got it.
Okay. Well, with him down to 2 initiative, we have a chance to finish the job. Very nervous about the Hatchet Man running out into the open here.
Coordinates received.
Hatchet Man has not been super useful. I guess that melee attack was pretty good.
Affirmative.
No, okay. It was at 3 health after the autocannon hit, before the laser hit. I thought for a second there we had narrowly failed to destroy the leg, which would have been very embarrassing. Alright, so we have 4 signatures left, including this guy. So it does seem like there's only 3 vehicles. That's nice.
Commander.
That's one good thing that is happening here. Oh, interesting. I have an angle on the vehicle, maybe.
Standing by.
Let's move this way with the Jaegermech. Actually, never mind. I want to be in a position where I'm relatively safe, but I still have a real good shot at this trebuchet.
On my way.
It looks like we may, in fact, just be able to take it out before refocusing on the vehicles. So with you down on the ground, I could just go center. We try to ignore everything else that's going on with you. Yeah, I'm just gonna fire everything from both of these mechs center. Let's see if we can prevent this thing from getting on. Did not break the armor there. 117 left.
Orders. Roger.
Now, Saber does not have the good called shot bonus, right? No, he totally does. Alright, we totally could still kill this guy here. It's going to take some lucky hits. It's going to take the autocannon to the center, and then a bunch of missiles as well. But it could totally happen. Alright, that's a real good start. Yeah, making that shot with the autocannon just makes everything so much easier. Making any shot with an AC-20 makes everything so much easier. Alright, well, I gotta say, we carved through what actually is a fairly decent lance of mechs there pretty fast. Okay, not quite able to get vision on us. Nope, there is in fact a 4th vehicle.
Commander?
Really? You can... Okay, can we get to a position where I have vision of them and can shoot them and also have cover? No, it's just... It's only the spots where I don't have cover that I can see them. Not here. Here's fine. Not here, but here's fine. Ah, that's a shame. Well, how about Razor? What's Razor's turn look like? I really need to not fire for a turn with Razor, I think. I don't know, I think what we do is just reserve. They don't currently have vision of us anymore. They can't do any bombardment.
Good to go.
Interesting. It is actually 100% consistent that nobody on my team can ever see anybody on their team from a cover position. I'm going to let them crawl forward a little bit more. They moved the back guy up first. Alright, well, we're using some sensor locks then. Sorry, our one sensor lock. Oh man, you can't actually get... I need this mech to move forward. I can't get to cover. Well, I guess I'll stand back here and hope.
Copy that, Commander.
Alright, who are we sensor locking? Close guy? Yep, it's an SRM carrier. No big surprise there.
Yes,
Okay, let's make sure he dies, shall we?
on the move.
I think this should be very doable. So we need to deal Okay, it's exactly the same on all sides. We need to deal 67 to one zone in order to actually get a kill here. If we assume that our damage will spread out more or less evenly over the 3 zones, what are we actually doing? This is 90 plus 80 plus 40, so 245 damage. Yeah, we shouldn't have to spend Precision Strike. Yeah, I think we should be good here.
Firing, full complement.
I do think we had to fire everything, but we did not have to spend any resolve at least. Let's see if we can get another one of them.
Ready for orders.
They have rolled forward as much as they are going to roll forward. Hey, look at that. We can actually get a shot from cover. It's outside of optimal range, but I will still definitely go for it with the autocannon. Another SRM carrier. Well, this seems like a fine time to vent. Okay, hit with the autocannon for a free kill, so we're going for the Precision Strike on this one. And if we don't get him with the autocannon, the SRMs actually could finish the job.
Locking in all weapon systems.
Never mind, we got there. Still good to fire the SRMs just in case, but yeah, that worked out alright. So, it looks like we might get through this, not to jinx it or anything. We might get through this without taking any actual structural damage. Okay, and you get to just brace and bleed heat, which is awesome. This is exactly the moment when we needed that.
Waiting for orders.
Okay, still can't actually see that guy. Oh, you know what? I can get vision here. I'm not going to have a very good shot, but I will be able to provide targeting information for other people. This is a Demolisher with a pair of AC-20s. Okay, everybody, this is what we are spending our resources on. Engage all of the everything. I think we want to save the aim shot for everybody else. We're just going to try to punch a hole in this armor. Oof.
Acknowledged.
Yeah, a pair of AC-20s is some very focused ability to kill stuff. How did I manage to hit his right armor from where I'm standing? Most of the damage I dealt there went to the right armor.
Yes, Commander.
Okay, well, that's pretty clean. Can I get a better... If I jump to here, I can also provide information on that guy. Well, yeah, we'll get a much cleaner shot. Unfortunately, this is not in the frontal fire arc. You know, I'm going to do it like this. Maybe we still deal the damage to the front armor, but side armor is also pretty weak. Yeah, I think this is right. And again, we're saving Precision Strike for Ricochet and Saber. And I want to still have Inspired, obviously. That said... now, you know what? Maybe we should just go for this. Oh, I didn't look at the turret. Okay, turret's bad. So we'd like to hit the front armor. I mean, we're talking about a difference of 7 HP here. But I do want to try to group up all the damage in the same place. Okay. Alright. There's very little left there. It's a striker that is not nearly as dangerous as the other stuff we're seeing.
Reporting minimal damage. Commander.
Ricochet should have no trouble dealing with this thing.
Receiving you.
Do we get... Oh, hey. Trying to move behind that. Do I get a reasonable shot with the Thunderbolt on that thing? Yes, I do. Okay. So I think we want to have Ricochet just fire from where he is right now. He probably honestly doesn't even have to use Precision Strike. Precision Strike would take us down to 40 resolve, and then we would gain some. I think 10. But also, he only has to do 50 damage to the frontal arc. I don't think we have to use it. He did not hit the frontal arc even a single time in the front half of that volley, and I was starting to get really nervous.
Waiting for orders.
Autocannon shot went to the turret, which would have been a really embarrassing way for us to fail that. And then the striker... I assume the striker does not survive a hit to anywhere with the autocannon. Yeah, okay. And I don't think I can get higher than 85% chance to hit. Alright, that was not so bad, really. I mean, those were some scary enemies, but a lot of rolls went our way.
Mission.
I don't want to downplay the strategy. I did use a reasonable approach there, but a fair amount of that was a lot of rolls really went our way. So that is a huge amount of pirate rep, and we get to finish our trebuchet, and we get to take a piece of a Shadowhawk. Should look at the rest of this stuff. A lot of SRM-6s from the carriers. Oh my. Look at these. Okay, is it crazy to just take this and one of the other plus 4 damage SRMs? Because that's a hell of a weapon there. Plus 4 damage SRM-6 is huge. I kind of wanna take this. We should not take this over the trebuchet piece. Okay, we got one piece of the Shadowhawk. We did not get any of the other special stuff. That's a pretty good haul, though. I'm pretty happy about that. We have a lot of extra mechs to play with now. Maybe even enough once we get them outfitted that our the next time we have to bring in the B-string, we won't have to go all the way down to the Panther. That said, honestly, I think the Panther performs pretty far above its weight class. We can definitely hold on to it. Keep it in the active bay. That and the Jenner. Alright. Trench buckets are known for running hot, don't have much in the way of protection, but hey, missiles. Just fire all the missiles. You don't need protection if the enemy can never see you. So we have 2.2 million in funds. There is no store here, right? Yeah. We have important repairs going down on the Argo. And I think it's time to leave, right? We ran out of missions. This has been awesome. We got some really, really good stuff here done. Stuff done here. So our travel contracts are both offering us free travel to Detroit. Ah, yes, the mystical planet of Detroit. Are these anti-pirate contracts? Nope, that one's against the Magistracy. And that one's against the Free Worlds League. Let's look at the star map. Detroit is definitely not a place we've been. Let's see what the traits of this world, of this system Detroit are. It is a 1.5 skull planet. So one of the missions that we're being offered is a 2 skull mission, which is interesting. But I don't know that I like this system very much. Didn't we see that there was a new Flashpoint somewhere? Oh, wow. All the way in Liao space. That said, it is actually against Liao. It's also a 4 skull. We probably can't do that. Bonus reward lost tech items. Oh. Alright, well, this expires in 155 days. Within the next 155 days, we must become capable of doing this job. I want that lost tech. I do not think it is a good idea to go to Detroit. I don't think we're going to get enough value out of the missions at Detroit. I would like something more like this, Tinkalunas, or... You know what would be really cool, though, is if we went to a system that was not totally abandoned, because I have a lot of money and I would like to use it. Have we been to Kimi? We have been to Kimi. It's a good thing it's a good thing I made this list. Sacramonte has a black market. There's a pirate presence. There's also a Capellan presence. It's a travel hub, making it a nexus for trade and information. That's a long trip, though. That said, a 2 skull difficulty level means we could see... I'm pretty sure up to a full skull in either direction. So 2s, 2.5s, and 3s would be available here, plus submissions that we would do for the pay, but would not be excited to do. I think this might be a good one. We would travel through Appian on the way there. I don't really care for Appian. Mundulus is a little low for me. What about Weldry? Weldry seems familiar to me. I think we went to Weldry a bunch of times during our Arano campaign. Yalder with a 2.5 skull. I'm thinking 2.5 skull is our ideal range here. I don't really like how long it takes to travel to Sacramante, and I'm worried that the travel time being long might indicate that there are some like weird space conditions around Sacramante, which could mean that it's also time expensive to leave. But we need to go somewhere with a shop. Yeah, alright. Let's do this. Sacramante. So, hold on. We're not traveling yet, though. We are queuing up changes to our mechs. So we got ourselves a trebuchet. It is 15 tons lighter than the Jaeger mech, but you know what? The trebuchet's got way more laser hardpoints than I remembered. I thought this was kind of a missile-y mech. Well, we have 19 tons in which to mount weapons. Oh, we also want to make some changes. We definitely want to get this plugged into the Thunderbolt. So if we ran, let's say, a PPC, an LRM-10, a large laser, a bin of LRM ammo, probably in the same part here. That's 120 rounds, that would be 12 shots, which is probably good enough. And then, like, I know at this point this might seem like a little futile, but a heatsink? I don't like this very much. Pull the PPC for a second large laser, allowing us to mount 2 more heatsinks. With no jump jets, though, we might have a hard time making sure that we can find the direct line of fire for the large lasers. Honestly, I don't know that I think this is a very good mech for this, this kind of long-range role. Mount enough missiles to give even heavy units pause. I guess that's true if you have better missile pods left over than we do. All of our good stuff's loaded into that one mech, though. Yeah, I'm afraid we're just not going to be able to make this very good. What if we... Talking about 6 tons worth of total stuff here. We don't have another large laser to plug in. I think that feels pretty bad. With the jump jets in the center, I guess. There's no reason they have to go in the legs. So we're looking at an alpha strike of only 10 beyond the heatsink. It's not a super good jumper. But, I mean, it has 40 damage of large lasers mounted on it, plus another 40 damage in missiles. Like, it's not a small amount of damage. And we dead-sided, so we can show enemies our left side a lot and not have to worry about the damage it takes. That's okay, you know? It's not great.
I'll get it in the schedule.
We definitely also want to refit a little bit here. Pull the normal SRM-6 pod, install the terrifying one. Plus 4 damage, plus 2 stability damage for each of the 6 missiles. Means that this SRM-6 pod now does as much stability damage as a particle cannon. At a fraction of the heat. And weight, actually. That's a pretty big upgrade.
Logged and noted.
That's only 9 days worth of work. Is there anything else that we want to get done? I think I'm pretty happy with the loadout that we're running on the rest of our mechs. I'm just gonna have Yang sit here idle. I think that's right. I think that is in fact what we are doing. It feels wrong, but part of the problem is we haven't been to a store in a really long time, so I don't have a lot of spare stuff sitting around that needs to be plugged in. Alright. Back to the star map, let's actually pick our location. We have 19 days worth of Argo repairs queued up. It's a really long trip. See, look at this. This is not even that much less total distance, but only 14 days. Let's keep looking around. Is there something that fits our needs well and isn't 26 entire days away? Honestly, it kind of looks like the answer to that question is no. The stuff we want is pretty specific. There really isn't anything in this part of space that fits our needs. Alright, Sacramonte it is, I think. Gonna be a long flight.
Roger that, Commander. Course plotted.
Well, we get to scratch one more planet off the list. One more system, rather, off the list. Everybody's going to be back in good shape by the time we get there. This kind of stuff is partially why we want the drive upgrades, although I wonder how much time we're going to spend actually just hanging out on dropships. So I'm hoping for, when we get there, a couple of decent 2s, a 2.5 and a 3, something like that. Maybe a couple of 2.5s. We actually have been doing alright on those. I think I'm going to go extravagant again. Like, let's just try to get up to 41 morale as quickly as we can.
I wrapped up that. We're almost completely out of cash.
Yeah. We are actually not almost completely out of cash, Darius. We're fine. You worry too much. I do want to, like, you know, move around as well. I don't want to just hang out in the same area the whole game. A lot of stuff going on out in space. It's a big place. In the morning briefing, Darius is unusually excited. Commander, our pirate friends have vouched for us with the cabal that controls access to the black markets in the periphery. They'll even waive the usual membership fee. Samiri chuckles darkly. We keep such sterling company. Considering our reputation with the great houses, though, it's hard to find welcoming ports these days. Dr. Murad reluctantly agrees. Black markets are almost our only option for new supplies. It's gotta be worth the extra scrutiny we'll receive from the system authorities. Yeah, absolutely accept the invitation. With a wave of your hand, you quiet the room. Let's grab this with both hands. We might not always be on such good terms with the pirates. Yang strokes his chin in contemplation. Need a cool pirate name now. Maybe Angry Yang, ooh, or Ironbeard. What do you think? I think Angry Yang is kind of a good one, actually. So we have proper access to the black market now, which is awesome, because we are on our way to a system that has a black market. And you know, our reputation with the great houses isn't all bad. We can still do work for the Federated Sons, and I think somebody else likes us. I don't remember who, but we're not universally hated. The Canopians and the Capellans don't care for me, but aside from that, we're not in too bad a shape with everybody else. We have kept our adventures pretty narrowly targeted.
Complete, boss. Top-notch work, if I may say so.
Alright, so the next thing we want to do is upgrade the power conduits, which is a little bit more expensive. I want to get started on it.
Alright, I'll get the team on it right away.
If it turns out that there are no jobs on this system, I guess that would be real bad. There's going to be some jobs. We could. The absolute worst case scenario is we could sell a couple of extra small mechs and still make pay. But once we arrive, we'll have like 12 days to find work elsewhere if it turns out there are no jobs on Sacramonte, and there's no way there's no jobs on Sacramonte. Alright, let's see what we're looking at here.
Arrived at our destination, Commander.
First of all, visit store. What kind of cool things do they have for us? It looks like not a ton of great stuff. They do have another AC-20, which might be worth picking up. Let's have our first look at the black market, though. What is out here? There is straight up an 80-ton Awesome 8T. I gotta be honest with you, I have used an Awesome before. I do not think it is a very good mech, but a bad 80-ton mech is still 80 tons, you know? We can get partial salvage of an Orion, which is a pretty good mech. I remember liking the Orion. And then we have some other interesting stuff. Bonuses plus 20 damage. This is a 120 damage autocannon. LRMs with massive crit chance. Plus 10 damage, plus 2 damage LRM 10s is interesting too. Okay, there's some cool stuff here. Let's see what kind of work there is for us out here. Come on. Just like a ton of stuff. A huge amount of stuff. We're almost at the point, morale-wise, where we could stop paying the crew quite so much, too. Okay, so 1.5s, 2, 2.5s. Alright. Not bad. This is stuff we could do. How many of these are anti-pirate missions? Okay, that's anti-Capellan. That's great. Also anti-Capellan. You know, I didn't actually read the plot on this world. Is this a place where the local government does not care for the Capellan Confederation? This subterranean colony is excavated into a barren, rocky planet. It serves as a critical shipping and travel link between the Aurigan region and the Magistracy. Trade, both legal and otherwise, thrives here. Okay. Well, yeah, let's do some jobs. Only one of these is anti-pirate. Unfortunately, the anti-pirate job is one of the 2.5s. But you know, it's only -4 pirate rep. It's not so bad. We might still do it, honestly, because the salvage on it looks awesome. But, where are we at? We're 45 minutes into the video. You know, we can do one more job real quick. Let's slam through this pirate mission. It's only a skull and a half. It probably won't be too hard. Within the last 3 months, the Capellan Confederation has struck our facilities, personnel, and supply convoys over 6 times. My superiors and the gang leadership would like to even the score. We'd like to hire you to find a Capellan lance and destroy it, to demonstrate we are not without military resources. Alright, if they want to show military strength, we sure can do that for them. Now, this being a 1.5, I suspect the salvage will not be great. Honestly, we might just do this. That'll cover our pay for the month and then give us some money to think about using the store with. And then the question is, who do we want to run? I think I want to pull, like, maybe pull Ricochet. We don't need the A-team on this. So this might be a good opportunity to level up Sand Cricket and Razor and Rocket all at the same time, right? So yeah, let's pull Saber and put Sand Cricket in. And then if we're keeping one pilot in who is pretty leveled, who do we want it to be? I guess it's fine for it to be Ricochet. I don't know that it matters too much. I was looking, like, is one of them particularly underdeveloped relative to the other 4 pilots who have all 3 of their skills? And no, not really. Everybody's in kind of a good spot. Hopefully this will not be one of those missions where the suggested difficulty is way off base. But yeah, I should definitely be able to show enough military strength to scare off some 1.5 level Capellans. I do wish that the missions here tended a little bit more toward the difficult side. Maybe we need to be hunting more aggressively for 2.5, or for 2.5 skull planets, not just 2 skulls. We'll be able to make some good money here, though. We'll be able to buy a couple of really nice weapons. And then maybe we'll get some good salvage off of the more difficult missions here. Actually be able to put together another mech. Move forward, acquire the lance, and light them up. Should be very doable. Okay. This is our first time on a lunar map. Unfortunately, the fact that there's no air out here, or at least very little air, means that our heat does not sink the way you might hope. Ooh, wow. Do not run through the radiation field. That's a lot of extra heat.
Acknowledged. Aye, aye.
Yeah, you know, I like Ricochet in the Jaeger mech as the sort of the trainer here, the commanding officer, because he's going to be really, really good at cleaning up stuff that goes wrong, no matter where it happens. We have a little bit of a walk ahead of us. It would be nice if the enemy turns weren't all that long.
Coordinates received. Moving out.
I've got eyes on hostile reinforcements.
Okay, here we go.
We're heading your way.
I really like having a fast mech, and I have to say the Hatchet Man does suit our needs a little bit better than the Jenner. I'm pretty happy we got one of these together so quickly. Alright, well, somewhere a whole bunch of enemy stuff is moving.
Me sensors have something.
I'm guessing, from the amount of time that just passed there, I'm guessing they have like 4 mechs moving on 4 here. Bunch of locusts, huh? Well, I'm annoyed by the amount of evasion we're going to have to fire through. Okay. Jenner is definitely first priority. And it shot a single bad weapon at me instead of choosing to become guarded. Which I think is just that's a real big mistake there. Okay, so when we sensor lock this thing, it's going to go down to 1 evasion.
Confirmed. Yeah, Commander.
Oh, she can actually just take a normal shot.
Commander.
Do I want to sensor lock that thing? Or would I rather just shoot it? I think I'm going to jump... What are these locusts mounting? Not really very much, honestly. Alright, I'm going to jump way forward with the Hatchet Man. We're going to get aggressive here. And then I'm going to sensor lock the locust instead of, or the Jenner, instead of attacking.
Got a lock.
You know what? If we drop that Jenner, I'm really not that afraid of the 3 locusts working together. So, you in the Thunderbolt. Ah. How unfortunate. He's just really far away. Can I get a little... Okay, we can get a little high ground bonus in here and help negate some of the penalties. Alright, maybe you don't start.
Yes, Commander.
Maybe we have you go first.
Moving to position.
We can get that final point of evasion off of it, I'm thinking. Not a bad start at all.
Critical hit, Commander. Orders?
Alright, then we have Sand Cricket go after it. Yeah, there's no sense in shooting at anything else with her.
Locking on.
Okay, well that's going to do that then. It's basically like, against mechs that are this light, if the autocannon hits, they die. Even if it doesn't necessarily kill them on the initial impact, it's going to do so much damage to so many areas, right? It's going to shear off whatever it does hit. And then it's going to do so much damage after that, that any kind of follow-up at all will destroy them. And we have pretty bad odds of hitting everything here. What am I most worried about? I guess... I'm not very worried about any of them, to be perfectly honest with you.
Firing.
This is probably too many missiles for this job. Oh, maybe not.
That's a kill.
Oh no, okay. Ammo explosion in the center torso. We did not, in fact, get full damage through, but he is storing ammo in his center torso. Don't do that. Don't do that is the lesson from that one. Yep, there's machine gun ammo in there. Oh, okay, here we go. Here's the other... I was thinking, like, it took so long for the enemy's Phase 4 to process. It was difficult to imagine this was going to be all they had. Yeah, alright. We got a lot of tiny mechs to carve up here. So I think we can honestly probably have pretty much everybody turn around. The Hatchet Man can finish these guys off with some quick axe work. And then we can... Ugh. I hate that guy standing in the radiation field, though. I really don't want to run in there. Maybe you could just come toward me without running into the radiation? It's going right for it. Okay, but at least he's standing kind of on the edge of it.
Oh,
Ugh.
I'm wounded.
That was actually a pretty hard hit to the head there.
I'm here. Acknowledged. Good to go.
Yep, clean through the right side, all the way out the other side of the torso.
Orders.
Really would like to get back here and threaten one of these other mechs as they're coming around. I'm not sure how much damage we're actually going to be able to deal here, though. I'm going to reserve.
Holding for tactical advantage.
So the Hatchet Man's left side is facing this mech. Anything other than a headshot is a complete non-issue. And the headshot's pretty unlikely. That said, that Locust
Standing
is
by.
really low on health.
Commander? Standing by.
Yeah, I'm just going to have Sand Cricket turn around. And we're going to run this way a little bit and sensor lock this guy. And she is not good at hitting with these weapons. And the radiation field screws up our sensors. Maybe she doesn't even have to move. Yeah, I'm just going to sensor lock from here, because she's not going to get a shot on him
Got
anyway,
a
right?
sensor lock.
The whole point of this is
Receiving
that
you.
everybody else will handle it. Oh, that's a little bit outside of optimal range. So's that, but only a little bit. I don't really want to jump and then fire. But maybe I have to, because the hit chances are so bad if I don't get the jump.
Jump.
Yeah, alright. I'm hoping to be able to kill this thing right now. But if we don't kill it, we still do have the
Targeting for an alpha
the
strike.
power of the Jaeger mech available. Okay, no kill.
How's it going?
So, can you back up into a position where you have a shot on both of them? Yes, not into a position... Oh no, sorry, I can back up into a position where I have a shot on either of them. Not a shot on both. Yeah, there's no... How about if I back up all the way to here? No, I can't. Can't turn around enough. It's a real problem, actually. Wait. This looks like it might... Nope, I can't. Can't turn any further than that. Alright, so I'm not going to get to shoot at both of them no matter what I do. I guess it's more important we finish this one off.
Moving to position.
Because the Hatchet Man, like, extremely has that guy under control. Okay. We do have another reading over there, of course. How many weapons do I actually need to fire here? It's certainly not everything. We could get lucky if I just fired the missiles. That's 170 damage. That's probably going to get the job done. Well, it's 170 damage, of which we get 70%. Yeah, let's also fire this.
Target confirmed.
Yeah, needed a little bit more. Should have fired it all. Stupid tiny mechs and their good evasion. So what do we have left? 4? 3 that we can see now, and then there was something that was firing LRMs from, like, over the hill. That's a weird thing to do. That's the kind of move that, like, has no tactical value. It seems to be entirely about wasting my time, which I don't really appreciate. Okay, yep, there's one more thing at least. Possibly 2 more things. It might be 2 entire mechs of size 4, or 2 entire lances of initiative 4, rather. Look at this. Look at this aggressive moonwalk tactic. Where are you going? Are you going to get out of my back arc entirely? Apparently not quite.
Internal
A
structure
single
damage.
point of structure damage.
Good to go.
Just spiteful is what it is.
Roger.
Aw. Hit him in the arm. Didn't quite get through.
Critical hit, Commander. Ready for orders.
I can't get the other guy. We probably have to take it easy for a turn here, right? Okay, I can get vision of the other guy. Is it another Locust? It absolutely is. They're running some kind of themed squad. Not sure what's up with that. Well, if we're going to just fire one weapon, I guess this is the one. Man, that's a shame. That's an awful lot of heat to deal no damage.
Good to go.
Alright, you have to get back over here somewhere. Maybe I just try to finish off. I don't really want to do this. But she has no other play.
Hassle removed.
Let's do this.
Yeah, it's just heat. Heat is too much of a problem out
Order
here.
received.
This guy is all torn up.
Firing.
Fortunately, he also has a lot of evasion. Not enough.
One less target.
Man, video games are making me so blasé. I'm like, ugh, I really wish we could just get through this a little faster. I'm so tired of fighting these giant robots on the moon. Not even the moon, just like a moon. We just went, we found a different moon, and now we're fighting giant robots up there.
Waiting for orders.
I'm shooting dozens of missiles at them and like using jump jets and sounding bored while I do it. It's madness. For real though, I think these locusts should probably just have left when they figured out what they were up against. This
Yes,
is the thing
Commander.
where they should have pulled out, and I should have just gotten the money for free.
Got it. Full speed,
Alright,
no target.
well, it turns out there really is just a ton of them. This could have been dangerous if they had attacked us
Waiting for
a
orders.
little bit more, in a little bit more of a coordinated fashion.
On my way. Double time.
As it is, they pose no threat to us at all, which is... I can't imagine it's what they were going for, you know?
Receiving you.
You know what? You just stand perfectly still, vent some heat. Man, we really didn't vent very much heat there. He is still running pretty hot. It dares to fire upon us.
Reporting minimal damage.
Hard to believe. The audacity of it, really. Oh, hey. That one's not a locust. Doing a good job of keeping his right arm cradled away from us, trying to preserve the PPC. Well, that's a shame.
I'm receiving you.
Fortunately, the Hatchet Man is nowhere near getting anything done.
Double time. Let's go.
Maybe this coming turn will at least be able to take a shot, I guess.
What's up, boss?
Who do I want to work over? I guess, hold on, let's actually get out in front of them and see what that third mech is. It is also a Panther, and this one has kept his PPC side toward us. Well, if I'm only going to fire one more weapon, it's definitely the autocannon. I mean, we may as well precision strike him, right? Okay, well, that's
Critical hit.
basically all of his ability to do damage removed.
Ready for orders.
Trying to make sure I don't run through the radiation here. And hey, the Jaeger mech is finally in a position to take a real shot. Take an actual multi-shot.
Standing by. Moving to position.
Unfortunately, we still are having the small problem of my sensors being all screwed up. You know, I think I'm just going to give it entirely to this guy. Yeah, whatever we can put on him.
Target.
Just finish the job. Force all of the damage straight through. Wow, we didn't even break his center torso
Critical
armor.
hit, Commander.
So much damage to the
Mech
leg.
warriors, show 'em what you got.
Well, the good news is they won't all get to go before us here, so we might be able to capitalize on some of this stripped evasion. Is that Locust really just running away? They absolutely are just
Standing
here.
by.
You know, honestly, this makes me feel like there's something going on that I'm not privy to. Right? Doesn't it feel like these guys are just trying to waste our time? Like we're gonna get back to the Argo and find out that it's been looted or something. This is all just a big distraction.
Engaging target. Scored a critical
3.
hit.
It has 3 center torso health. Well, the good news is it'll be really easy to kill. Bad news is I have to shoot it. I have to actually spend attacks on it. I don't know that I would get that close to that hatchet man if I were
That
you.
could have been worse. Waiting for orders. Coordinates received.
And that Locust is really hard to hit. Yeah, I'll just finish this off.
I copy. Hostile removed.
This right here is a situation where only having large single-fire weapons
Yes, boss.
is actually a pretty significant
Receiving
detriment.
you.
Because it would have been really cool to be able to shoot that guy with just a little something. Like if we'd had, say, a short-range missile pod, I would have felt a lot more comfortable firing only one weapon. But because I wanted to account for the chance of hitting the wrong body part, I had to fire both of those weapons, which is really a considerable amount of heat. And this Panther has basically no damage capability left. I think I'm actually going to sensor lock this guy and then hit it with the missiles from Ricochet.
Sensors locked on.
Commander. Consider me there.
And it is really unfortunate how bad we are at venting heat in this atmosphere. Alright, yeah, I guess this is what we're going for.
Engaging target.
Not quite what I was hoping. You know, that said, we did some alright damage
Reporting.
there.
Critical hit.
The Locust is, I think, trying to get to a range where it feels like its long-range missiles are an advantage. But mostly what it's doing a lot of is running back and forth to no end.
Yes, Commander.
For absolutely zero benefit. Alright, well, I don't really want to show my backside to the Locust, but I guess this is the only place where I can take the hit from. It's weird that I couldn't just run up to the front of him.
Yes, Commander.
Alright, shots from his right arc should be the thing that he is, at this point, very afraid of. Yep, that is in fact the right arc. I don't know what's going on with this Locust. With it, like, not firing and everything, it's very strange. Okay, that looks like a kill. Those were both center torso shots.
Target eliminated.
Alright, I actually think we have our best chance of doing meaningful damage here with a sensor lock, rather than firing the Thunderbolt's weapons. Though actually, maybe our best chance of doing damage is a pair of precision shots, knocking this thing down to 2 initiative.
Now let's see how you handle this.
Oh, never mind. We just rolled the good number on the 40% hit.
Hostile eliminated.
Mission.
Turns out, I don't know if you know this, against an Initiative 4 mech, you hit with an autocannon, it just goes away. I may have mentioned that once or twice before. I really, really, really love the AC-20. It was a powerful tool. That was a pretty good contract pay increase for a thing that was basically mandatory. Alright, so we did take a single point of damage to the Hatchet Man. I feel totally comfortable going out again without repairing that. Rocket is going to have to chill out in the hospital a little bit. We got ourselves some, whatever. There was no good loot in that mission anyway. I'm really, really glad we chose not to take any salvage on that. This was a good time to focus entirely on money. So now that we've made all that, we're very safe on pay. We have several more jobs we can do here to make sure that we at least cover our travel costs off of this world. I do want to take a quick look at the star map and see if it is just like super hard to get off of Sacramento, or if it was something about the route between those two worlds that was causing the slowdown. Yep, it's just very time expensive to leave this world. Some kind of weird gravity well nonsense or something. Okay, well, I mean, at least we're checking it off the list. Ooh. Mekder is a bustling trade and industrial hub, 3 different starports, a black market. It's rich. That's an interesting, it's a manufacturing world and a mining world, so you're going to see a lot of components and stuff there. That might be our next target. Obviously, we're not leaving here just yet. I'm a little bummed out about the travel situation. So yeah, we just have a lot more missions to do. This is going to be, hopefully, a fairly quick little stop. A fairly quick and extremely lucrative little stop. And, just in case I end up being forgetful, is there anything we want to grab right this second? We're not going to get anywhere near the money for the awesome. I don't think I'm going to just buy a piece of Orion salvage without having any other idea that there might be, This by itself is just not valuable for us. It's certainly not a million C-bills valuable. But some of this stuff we're going to want to buy. So I want the LRMs. Man, we could really trick out that Jaeger mech. We could, slide this into the... What do you call it? The other one. Replace the existing LRM 10 bay on the Jaeger mech with this. And then we still have an LRM 20 in there with no pluses on it, but I think that's maybe fine. I'd be more excited about getting this LRM 15 into him if it was a plus damage LRM 15. As it is, it's fine, but I don't know that it's necessary to get into the Jaeger mech. Yeah, I'm very excited about our near future prospects. Hopefully, some of the harder missions on this world will yield some reasonable salvage as well. That is going to be it for us for today. Thank you all so much for watching. Come back next time when we finish playing Cleanup here on Sacramento, and we'll see you then.